I had movie nights in that basement. Do you know how many hours of PlayStation I played on that couch?
I lost my virginity on that couch.
Hi, Taylor. Kaya asked if we should be really mean, and I said, no, you're a monster.
You said no. We're not going to be mean. We're going to be really nice.
Listen, you got to do what you got to do, okay?
That's a great attitude.
Thank you. You know, we're gonna get through it regardless. But I have to say,
like I'm good. Test me.
Yeah, ooh, I'm scared. But I have to say, it is so fun to watch the two of you play off of each other in this film. You really do feel like brother and sister. So I'm curious, what is the key to capturing that authentic sibling chemistry?
I think actually, genuinely, on day one, you made a joke that was like a little bit fucked up, but I was okay with it. And then I was like, okay, we're going to be good.
Oh, wow. I don't
like
even remember.
A little bit mean. And I was like, brilliant. I can play.
Oh, yeah.
And then we could
That's
play.
how I like to break the ice.
No, not creepy.
That's how I like to break the ice. It was one of those things where like I realized pretty immediately that Kaya and I have sort of the same dark sense of humor. Mm-hmm. And so like it made our chemistry just so effortless because like the first time you can laugh with somebody and you can sort of break the ice, it becomes a much easier avenue as opposed to like when you have somebody who's just like, boom, and you're like, okay, this is really going to require acting with a capital A. It just was easy. Kaya made it fun. And, you know, having two brothers in my life, I sort of understand what it means to have siblings. And it kind of felt as messy and as real as what I grew up with. So it was pretty effortless.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like that really reads on screen. And a big part of this movie is the fact that your characters discover a corpse in their basement, obviously. So who in your real life would you call to help you hide a body and why?
Ooh, my accountant.
Oh.
Saying anymore.
Who would you call?
My accountant. He's a genius.
Your accountant. Jesus Christ. I want
I feel like that's someone that would have to help you. Right?
Yeah. I mean, I would start with a lawyer. Like, he's not counting money. He's helping me move a dead body.
No, but yeah, maybe a lawyer or like a doctor because they have to keep secrets.
I think that person is already dead and can't be saved. I would say I would probably call one of my brothers. I would trust my brother.
Which one am I? And why not the other one?
You're probably my brother, Jason, who's like the type A kind of, he's the oldest sibling. So he's like the responsible and mature one. And the middle brother is definitely, Jeff is more of a middle brother syndrome. So he would make like a bad situation worse. So I would say Jason, and I know for a fact they don't watch Collider, so I feel safe talking about this.
I think that's good. I think that the rationality makes sense for both of those for sure. Before they discover the body, Noah obviously sees that a lot of his prized childhood possessions, like his Pokemon cards, have been water damaged. So what is the childhood item that you would be most devastated to lose?
Ooh. Oh, I can answer this easily. I remember the day my mother gave away my entire G.I. Joe collection. And I saw red in my eyes. I was so angry. And I was like 15. And like, it took me a long time to come to terms with the fact that no 15-year-old should want G.I. Joes anymore. So like the joke was on me. But I really I had such an attachment to them, even though I didn't play with them anymore. And then when I think my Garbage Pail Kids cards were stolen, and like I was really heartbroken because I really I collected those with the same way that somebody would collect like gold medallions. Like it was so important to me.
I agree with Noah's character with the Pokemon cards because that was such a hustle. We put so much time and effort into collecting those things, negotiating what powers it was a business that we were doing at 7 years old. And I remember when all of mine got taken away and I was like, that was so much of my life. That was so important for so long. So yeah, I agree with the Pokemon. And that was my favorite line in the film, actually, when I read it.
It's such a good one. It's so relatable. I have to say one of my favorite scenes is Josh, your sword fight with Anthony Kerrigan. What was it like shooting that? Because that was a wild to watch.
Well, it's one of those like sequences that one of my favorite fight scenes in the history of cinema is from a John Carpenter movie called They Live. And it's just so insane and so ridiculous. And like it had that flavor, but we had rehearsed it so much that like even though it is so sloppy, the sloppiness is actually just like really well choreographed sloppiness. So I never felt unsafe. But it was just working with Anthony. Kaya and I would just like light up every time he came to set because he's such an unpredictable actor in such a great way that like it gave us this really interesting force to work off of and to like make both of us unpredictable because how do you respond to that? So it was a really, really one of my favorite scenes to work on.
Oh yeah, that's so much fun to watch. And Kaya, I love that your character is part of this like thriving leggings business that she obviously sells on these live streams. It's such a specific detail, but I feel like it tells us a lot about who she is. What was the key for you to sort of figuring out and unlocking her? Because she has so many layers that we see later.
I love that you bring that up because I spent hours watching, is it Lulu Row, that American leggings thing? And that is a ride. That documentary is ridiculous. But it is, I guess for me, it was really helpful because it speaks to the idea that Meg is this suburban mother who wants everything on the surface to look okay. She wants to have the husband, the kids, the big house, the car, the responsibility. She's juggling it all. But there is something about these people that engage in basically what is a Ponzi scheme that is dangerous and is an adrenaline rush and is kind of speaks to something else going on. And I think with Megan, we kind of realize that through the journey of the movie. In the beginning, she seems very put together. She seems like the responsible one. And she is. By the end, I hope that what I wanted to bring out of her was that she is comfortable in the darkness too. And that is undeniable. That is in her. She doesn't need to break, but she needs to go to the edge a little bit. And that's also okay. Also got to keep a load of the leggings, which was great for me.
Do you have a favorite pair?
Yeah, the soft ones.
Of course. Okay, so fair. One of my favorite lines in this, which I find so funny, is when Bodhi tells Noah that he should just write for Spider-Man or The Witcher or something, because I feel like that's such a thing when you're like in this industry that people tell you all the time.
Why don't you be Bond? Okay, yeah, I'll just get to work on that.
Yeah, just go ahead and join it. But if joining a big franchise like that was that easy, what is the franchise that you guys would both most want to be in?
Ooh, great question. That is a great question.
Not Bond. Why is the obvious one Bond? I don't want to do Bond. I hate when people ask me if I want to be Bond. I don't want to be Bond. Give me a role that is as good as Bond.
I would love to play in the Star Wars universe.
I can see that.
Yeah, Star Wars is a franchise I would play.
Yeah, Star Wars. Or the Lego movies. I'd like to be the voice of one of the Lego.
There's like Lego Star Wars stuff, so we could even combine and make all of your dreams come true. I love that.
Let's do it. Lego Star Wars.
Do it.
We can just say we're going to do it and then it happens, right? That's like how it works.
Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly how it works in this industry. Finally, Kaya, you broke the internet this weekend a little bit when you posted about reuniting with your Skins co-stars.
I had no idea what you were going to say. You just shit me up then. Okay.
I'm so sorry to scare you. But it's always so fun when that happens because that show is so beloved. What was it like seeing everyone again? And why do you think that show continues to have the impact that it does?
It's a real one. I think what's shocking for us is that we're never reuniting. We're just still friends. We're just still hanging out all the time. And we were at a friend's wedding. So that was kind of why we took a picture together because it was a special moment. But I don't know. I think the show resonates still because there was something unique about that time. We were right before social media, smartphones, anything like that. And for me, Skins was never a moral story. We were never kind of showing, before that, especially here in the UK, we'd had shows like Biker Grove and the kids would do something bad and then a bad thing would happen. And then you'd learn that you're not meant to do drugs, kids, because this bad thing will happen. And Skins was a little bit more open about the fact that sometimes it might be a bit fun. And it allowed the audience to make the decisions for themselves. It never prejudged the audience. And it's really, really an honor that that show still does resonate, especially when you think about the fact that we're using flip phones and sending text messages, and there is no mention of social media or anything like that. So it's very special, but we are all just still friends.
Yeah. Oh, I love that so much. Well, thank you both so much. This movie is so fun, and I'm so excited for everyone to get to see it.
Thank you, honey.
Thank you, Taylor.